Welcome back.
Welcome to Booty Whiskey. Booty boys bouncing out.
Booty man. Bang him out, bang him in. Booty.
If you've made it to this episode, you have gone through 16 episodes of Booty Whiskey thus far.
Yeah, maybe even a couple extra special episodes if you saw them come your way.
Special holidays.
That's right.
We are doing what we promised we would do.
We did it. We did the thing. The whole thing.
Brackets.
That's right. Sports style. March Madness. Nicolas Cage.
16. Nicolas Cage bracket for the whole season. Which movie is the best movie?
We do not agree, but we also do not disagree.
We have a lot of the same picks.
Yeah.
And we disagreed in just a couple sort of key movies that we both respect and could have won either of our brackets, to be honest.
Easily.
Very close calls on those.
Yeah, very hard decisions.
We tried to do like conferences, the way there's like East, West.
Yeah.
Try
to make it fair to an extent.
Yeah, we tried to pair up movies to compete with movies that were similar to them or like on equal playing field.
Yeah, why don't you
run
it through it?
First conference was big, dumb action movies.
Yeah.
We've got Ghost Rider, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Rock, and Face Off.
Mm-hmm.
That's our four.
Mm-hmm.
First challenge was Ghost Rider versus Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's an easy W for Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's Gone in 60 Seconds.
That's
Come on.
Crazy. Does that throttle make you hard?
The car talk, the Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx, the Carpenter, it's all there.
Ghost Rider action scenes were just so bad.
Everything about Ghost Rider was pretty bad.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got Gone in 60.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Rock versus Face Off.
This is also a pretty easy decision for me.
Me too.
Yeah, John Travolta really is just a...
Face Off is just such a bloated, stupid movie.
Oh my God, and it should have been an hour shorter.
The Rock is just such an iconic...
Dude, it's fun as
and
fuck.
More punchy and like more potent story.
Sean Connery's in it. That's,
Sean Connery just blows John Travolta out of the water as a second man.
And would probably smack him down too.
Yeah. And then you've got The Rock versus Gone in 60.
Yeah. And that's still honestly a pretty easy call for me. Gone in 60 was kind of like, this is fun.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Like it's not a good movie. It's a fun movie to watch. The Rock's a good movie, I would say.
Yeah, me too. I agree. I think at the time we even agreed that like The Rock, yes, it's a big fun action movie, but it's also just like a good movie.
It actually has something to say.
Yeah,
which is nice.
It gives you stuff to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, The Rock wins our big dumb action movie conference.
Let's go.
Then we've got bottom left. I don't know what to call this exactly.
It doesn't fit into much of a box for sure.
But we've got adaptation in this category. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talents.
Yeah, that's kind of like the two more meta ones, I would say.
Yeah, those are meta movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Matchstick Men and Raising Arizona, which are sort of quirky comedies.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's fair.
So,
yeah.
This was I won't say that it was like a close call for me because I think adaptation is such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a hard call because I also love The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I would have loved to see this go further in the bracket.
It was a shame to me to knock it out in the first round.
Yeah, but it had to go.
Adaptation wins.
Yeah, of course. It's just a very, very good, deeply intellectual and thoughtful movie.
These are both fantastic films, though.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it was a shame to me to see a movie like Gone in 60 Seconds make it farther in the bracket technically than Unbearable Weight.
I know. It's just how the cookie crumbles, my guy.
It's the conferencing.
That's right.
But adaptation takes the win there.
Yeah, easy win.
Then we had Matchstick Men versus Raising Arizona.
Just
easy win.
Matchstick Men had no chance.
Never had a chance.
Never had a chance. Raising Arizona was a fantastic movie.
Yeah. And Raising Arizona could have gone further if it wasn't coming up against adaptation.
And adaptation's so much better.
Adaptation
it's like
just takes it
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just such a more interesting story.
Yeah.
And like objectively better acting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Arizona's a slapstick comedy with something to say, but adaptation is like a piece of
art,
literature.
Like, literally, yeah, no shit.
It's like really, really up there.
Yeah.
So
leaves us with our.
Should we do the I guess it's
Yeah.
fair to say adaptation beats The Rock.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
that's pretty standard, you know.
That'll finish the entire left side of our
Yeah.
bracket here.
Yeah.
Adaptation
It is in the semifinals.
semifinalist.
That's right.
Now we head over to the upper right. We've got
I guess it's the final. Yeah. Nonetheless,
the
upper
finals,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
got-
Mandy.
Mandy versus Colors Out of Space.
Yes.
The two psychedelic horror.
This was a hard one for me too. I loved Colors Out of Space.
Me too.
It was our most, well, not maybe our most, but our longest provoking conversation throughout the
Yeah.
entire Booty Whiskey series. An hour and a half long conversation about all sorts of shit. On
True.
that one.
A very compelling movie. I do think Color Out of Space edges Mandy out in terms of visual effects, which I never
Yes.
thought was possible.
Yes, I do agree. I mean, also as both of us being fans of the body horror, you know, that aspect kind of took it up a little bit more of a notch too.
But that said, Mandy just has a certain character to it.
Dude.
It just has like an untouchable magic.
Yes, absolutely.
Plus, you can't compete with Cheddar Goblin. There's nothing.
Cheddar Goblin.
I guess if I had to pick, it would be 5 Llama Body Pile versus Cheddar Goblin.
Mhm. Cheddar Goblin wins those.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's W's for Cheddar Goblin.
So Mandy beats out Out of Space.
Yes.
Then we've got a very different
This
combination.
is, yes. Oh, man.
Vampire's Kiss versus Wicker Man. These are our two like meme movies.
Yes, potentially two of the worst movies.
Yeah, like bottom rung films.
Right there with Ghost Rider.
I gave it to Wicker Man.
So did I.
So did he. Okay.
Yeah.
I said that as if you had done something different, but
No,
yes, we both gave it to Wicker Man.
Yes.
It's just a better made film.
Yeah, and then just Nick Cage himself, his acting is just so much more mature. That's
Right.
really, I mean, even though it's so bombastic and absurd, it is still through
It's still more
the
mature.
mature version of Nick Cage.
And things like camera quality, audio quality.
Oh God, the song choices,
Everything is just better improved over the garbage movie
Slightly.
of Vampire's Kiss. And I like the genre better.
Yes.
The folk horror speaks to me more than like the American Psycho.
Yeah, we
Category.
hate that. Yeah, and so then, but obviously, Mandy beats.
Mandy beats Wicker Man
And-
100 times
Yeah.
out of 100, you know. No competition.
No, not at all.
We would have had a fight if one of us had pulled up and put Wicker Man over Mandy.
That would have been such an upsetting day.
You never
think I'm
would
gonna
have gotten
quit the
our
podcast.
next podcast.
Flip this shit, dude.
We'd have flipped the table. So next final four is
Yeah.
National Treasure, Dream Scenario, Leaving Las Vegas, and Pig.
Yeah,
These are some top tier movies.
yeah, and the only section where we really differ.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, everything that's been on the brackets, we've been the same on.
Yeah, yep, to a T.
So we both let National Treasure beat Dream Scenario, right?
For sure. Dream Scenario is weird.
It's weird. It doesn't fully commit to its own premise.
No.
Doesn't.
We don't even need to get into that. It's
Yeah.
a mid movie. Very
National Treasure, iconic.
hilarious. We watched it stoned. We had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to enjoy that movie.
Okay, so this is the hard part. Leaving Las Vegas versus Pig.
Yeah. This is where we differ.
There are very good reasons to pick both movies.
Yeah.
There's
absolutely.
not really good reasons to dislike either movie
Yeah. There's no correct answer right here either.
fully. Yeah.
You know?
This is an agreed upon both things count.
Yes.
I went with Pig just because I like the sort of themes and ideas contained within Pig.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that like you have to be true to your passion and the sort of Zen Buddhist philosophy contained in there, it just really speaks to my soul. And I put that over Leaving Las Vegas. Although I will say that I think from a filmmaking standpoint, Leaving Las Vegas probably does more interesting things
Mm-hmm.
with the techniques and the acting and the story. But
This might be actually interesting too. Was that your first viewing of Pig?
no,
No, it wasn't. Okay.
second viewing,
And it was also your second viewing of Vegas.
first viewing of Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I chose Leaving Las Vegas. It emotionally wrecked me, and I like that in a movie. And I loved Pig to death, but yeah, just Vegas just took it home for me.
Yeah. The movie won like all the awards for a reason.
Yeah.
It's probably some of Nicolas Cage's best acting all time.
Yeah, definitely.
So I can see it going either way,
Mm-hmm.
and it did go both ways. This is the only spot where we split.
Yep.
So that puts, for me, National Treasure versus Pig. That's
Yeah.
an easy win for Pig.
Yeah.
For you, same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Vegas, of course, beats National Treasure.
And this leads us to
Semifinal.
2 very different semifinals.
Mm-hmm.
Pig versus Mandy
Yeah.
was very hard for me.
That's crazy. I honestly think I had an easier time with Mandy versus Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very hard for me. This is the only moment of filling out my bracket that I really wrestled with, and I left it blank for like 10 minutes and came back to it.
Mm.
I did go with Pig because ultimately I just think the intellectual in me is better served by the ideas contained in Pig.
Yeah.
It gives me more to think about, and it stays with me.
Yeah.
It will stay with me longer in my life, I think, like the meditations of Pig.
Yeah.
Although I just think Mandy is a better film. Like,
that's what did it for me. It's just like when I was doing this, I broke it down into like what's the most important to me essentially in a movie, and like it's being entertained when it really comes down to it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And Mandy just was more entertaining than Leaving Las Vegas. And even though it made me feel less per se, it was certainly just an absolute ride of movie magic.
Yeah. There's a magic to Mandy that just,
God, it's in the color, dude.
It wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went for the ideas over the flash.
Mm-hmm. It represents us.
Yeah. And then we've got, for me, it's adaptation versus Pig. For you, it's adaptation versus Mandy.
Yep. And I mean, again, that just gets represented here again.
I went with adaptation
Mm-hmm.
because I love the writing. Charlie Kaufman crushed that script. The meta stuff, the writing about writing, the making a movie about making a movie, like
the double performance of Nicolas Cage too.
Yeah, it's just so good, and it beats even Pig on the intellectual level for me.
I feel like if it wouldn't have been my first viewing of adaptation, I probably would have had it win. I feel like because that
let it sink in more.
Exactly, because I mean, it was very jarring and a little confusing the first.
It's a really heady movie,
extremely heady.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I'd already seen Mandy twice, and I knew I loved it, and I'm sure that persuaded me more. You know, it's just that's a bias.
But all is fair in love and war.
That's right. And all 3 of those movies, honestly, even Vegas, I would say all 4 of those movies, adaptation, Pig, Mandy, and Vegas,
they all could have been winners.
Absolutely. My God, just really stellar movies.
I think those are the only 4 out of the 16 that I would say legitimately any of them could have won. Even movies that I really liked, like Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Raising Arizona, Color Out of Space.
Yeah.
They never had a real chance to beat those 4.
No. I mean, how can you? They're just so good. Yeah. And if you have somehow not watched any of those movies by this point, please God, if you're going to watch any of the movies that we reviewed, those 4.
Watch those 4.
Yeah.
And then watch the other 3 I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Then watch the other 9.
You don't need to watch Ghost Rider. You don't, I promise. Watch Ghost Rider 2. I bet you get a whole little tiny series of events that happened in the first one.
Recap would be better than the movie. So yeah, this represents the finale of Booty Whiskey.
This is it. This is the end.
Last episode.
This is the end.
Thank you all so much for doing this ride with us, listening to the episodes. The feedback that we've gotten from all of our friends and family has been so supportive, and
seriously, nothing but love.
It's so cool, like seeing all of you react to the movies and the takes, and texting me like things that you thought were funny. Like, it's all very wholesome, and I love doing this.
No, it was truly one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done in my life, and it's a podcast. So who would have thought? But blast.
Yeah. That's why we've decided to keep doing it.
That's right. Forever.
So this should be our announcement.
Yeah.
We are not doing it as Booty Whiskey.
Nope.
That is a juvenile name.
Yes, we did not know anything.
We came up with that name like spur of the moment
At work.
day of like doing the podcast.
Episode, yeah.
That
We needed to say something. We needed to say we
just
are.
had it. We needed a name.
Yeah.
So it came out
I
because
was
we had a flask of whiskey
I was an alcoholic.
in his back pocket.
Yep.
But we've done this for, it's almost been a year now since we started. It's been
We
like
started
9 months
last
or-
January.
Yeah,
when we
almost a
did our
year.
first episode.
We did it very slowly.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little, less regimented than we are now.
No video, to say the
We're
least.
doing audio only.
Yeah.
But we've doubled down on the idea of like continuing to do movie review podcasts, and we want to take it more seriously. We're going video.
That's right.
We are rebranding with the new name.
Yeah, you ready?
It's called
Quiet in the Back.
Quiet in the Back. Stop
Yeah.
talking while we're watching movies. I'll fight you.
Yep. Shut the fuck up.
And yeah, we're going to be continuing from this episode like every Monday, just like we were with Booty Whiskey. We're
Absolutely.
not going to miss a single Monday.
We are also changing our format a little bit. We are done with Nicolas Cage for, I think, everyone's enjoyment. We are just going to be doing movies that we want to see and we want you to see. These are movies that we think are going to be important to us or have been recommended by trusted sources.
Yeah,
These
it's
are
essentially
bangers.
the must-watch movies according to us.
Yeah.
What's our tagline? It was like,
Film Nerd's Guide to Must-See Movies.
yeah, Film Nerd's Guide to Must-See Movies.
Yeah.
That's what it is. We're watching any movies we want to watch. So it's based on our opinions and
Yeah.
perspectives, which are the supreme ones.
That's right, Supreme.
That will then supervene on top of all the rest of the opinions and perspectives in our culture.
Someday. You'll
So
see.
this is, if you're seeing in real time, sort of like the cream rising to the top.
Get in early. You can join.
Yeah, you're going to want to buy stock, join the fan clubs.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, Quiet in the Back.
that's right.
Stay tuned. I think you won't have to follow any new accounts. We're just going to change all of the branding and
Yep.
names of our current accounts.
Yep, all our Booty Whiskey stuff will stay archived at the bottom of our feeds, that
The
sort of thing.
only thing you'll have to follow is in whatever like podcast listening service that you're on, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. You will have to follow the new podcast.
Yes.
But all of like the social media accounts and the YouTube channel will just change.
Most importantly, you will only have access to video on YouTube. It will be an audio only still on Spotify and other listening platforms. So you want to see these pretty faces? You want to see our gestures? Whatever the fuck we
YouTube.
put up?
Yeah.
YouTube. And please subscribe.
And like us. Please like us.
Please like us.
Do you like us?
Hell yeah, man.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next Monday.
Yeah, for Quiet
This
in
has
the Back.
been the final episode of Booty Whiskey. Transition to Quiet in the Back.
Shh.
Shut up.